Hello, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone around the world. In this video, we're going to talk about modernizing without breaking customers, a behavior-driven migration strategy. Modernizing a legacy system is rarely a technical problem. It is a business risk problem. Every report generated, every workflow relied on, and every edge case quietly handled by the legacy platform represents a promise made to your customers over many years. When we replace the system, we are not just rewriting software, we are renegotiating those promises. Too often, modernization efforts fail not because of poor architecture, but because the new platform changes behavior in subtle ways that customers depend on. This leads to loss of trust, increased support volume, and delayed adoption. Today, I will show how ATDD and BDD transform modernization from a risky rewrite into a controlled migration. By treating customer behavior as an executable contract, we can preserve what must not change, improve what must, and migrate customers safely, progressively, and with confidence. This is not about testing. This is about de-risking transformation and protecting customer trust while building a modern experience. Alright, so we are going to transform a legacy web app into a modern web app using BDD and ATDD. For those who doesn't know what ATDD means and BDD means, ATDD is what's that again? It's acceptance test driven development, and BDD is behavior driven development. Alright, so ATDD and BDD migration framework. We're going to migrate a legacy reporting system into a modern web application, reporting web application. So a legacy reporting system into a modern reporting web app. This assumes that there's an existing reporting web app, a legacy, and then we're going to create a new modern reporting web app, and we will have the customers that trust our new web app so that they will move over. Right, phase 1, strategic alignment. Why are we changing? So we're going to define the business outcomes and not feature in this phase. So we are going to run an business outcome workshop. So like for example, there's a table here. We're going to ask the questions, why are we replacing? Why replace the old website? And the output of that question will be to reduce report generation time by 40%. So we will make our web app, our new reporting modern web app, report generation very fast so that it can reduce the time by 40%. That is the goal. So that is what we're going to set for this phase. We're going to set the charter. So the deliverable for this phase is the modernization success charter. What does success means? So like the question, it's going to ask questions of what must not break. So all regulatory reports must remain identical. What will make customers move? We're going to make our modern web app run faster, self-service, so that they don't have to keep on contacting us, and real-time previews. They can preview the reports while not generating the actual report yet, so they can preview as they go along. So real time. And then that is the what is success. So 80% of the customers will use this new web app within 6 months. So that is what we are going to set on this phase. We're going to set what is success, what are we going to improve, and what are the things that will not break. Okay, so in phase two, we're going to have the behavioral discovery, legacy, truth. So in this phase, we are going to treat the legacy system as the source of truth for behavior, not the code. So in this behavior mapping discovery, the participants are the product owners, the supports, the key customers, the developers, and the QA. So this is to discover the legacy system, to discover the truth and the behavior of the existing legacy system. So yeah, for this creation of the report behavior map, for example, customer action, select report range. So the current behavior, it takes 30 seconds to select the report range. So that is a pain, yes, and must be preserved, yes. We'll preserve that, and we should it's in this map that we're building here. It is acceptable to have it 60. Takes 30 seconds, so we must preserve it. Export PDF, logs UI, yes, that is a pain. Must be preserved, yeah, it can be preserved. So filter by department, it can be, there's a limitation, that is a pain. Can we improve it? Yes, we will improve that. So yeah, so these are the definition of the behaviors, and are they causing pain, and do we want to maintain how it is in the new application, or are we planning to improve it? So that is going to be the prioritization, so that we can set the prioritization of the behaviors that we want to innovate or improve. So this is in this phase, in phase two, this is the legacy behavior. The deliverables of this phase is the legacy behavior catalog, and we're going to catalog and put in a table of all the current behavior that is currently in the existing app. And yeah, I think I am repeating myself. So I have in my experience, I think the team did not do this mapping here, and that is the pain there. So while we can improve that in the next projects, if you I'm going to be the CEO, all right. So phase 3, define the behavior contract, BDD scenarios. Now you convert the catalog into gherkin. So we have this in our previous video, where we are exploring how we are going to integrate BDD into our web application. So here we define those behaviors into contract, because this BDD here will be part of the automation of the test, and our tests will change if the gherkin changes. And when those tests change, of course, it will break the tests if the existing code does not comply to the tests that are generated based on this BDD scenarios. So that is very cool. So this is now your migration contract. If this passes in both systems, you can safely migrate. Okay, so in this phase, I believe, yeah, so this gherkins, I think, will run on the legacy report, and this will also needs to be run on the modern web app. I'm not sure how to implement this yet, but I think we can make a workshop on this also on the upcoming videos related focus on this ATDD and BDD thing that I'm exploring lately. Alright, so phase 4, ATDD loop, red, green, release. This is where ATDD drives delivery, acceptance criteria as executable tests. So stage business writes Gherkin, QA automates using Playwright. So that is, we already have that. Dev builds unit test pass. PO accepts only if scenarios pass. Alright, so I'm not really sure on how the ATDD gets into the workflow, but I'm pretty sure the BDD will how to implement it. But it's the ATDD, I'm still not clear. Okay, so phase 5, the dual run strategy trust building. I think we have to explore this also. So the action and the validation. So action is generate report in old system. Validation, capture output, generate new same report and new system, compare difference. So I still have to research more on this dual run strategy. I also encounter this while exploring more on BDD. So this is also discussed like ATDD and dual run strategy. So we have to explore it more. And phase 6 is progressive migration, customer shift. Do not force customers. Yeah, we're not going to force the customers. We have to put it on phases. So phase 1 is this will all be tested by internal users. So that is the alpha stage. So in the beta stage, so 50% of the power users, you're going to invite your users to test, to use the new application, some get feedback, and then phase 1 is 25% of the users are going to use your new web app. Phase 2 is 60%, and then the final part are, which is our target of 6 months. Like 6 months is 80% as we set it on phase 1, so 100% is maybe after 6 months. So maybe after 8 months we already have 100% of the users migrated to our new web application. So every cohort is validated by BDD acceptance suites. So I'm not sure what that means. Right? So phase 6 is decommissioning legacy. Only after 100% of the behavior parity between legacy system and the new web app, metrics achieved, and no critical regressions. So you freeze the legacy and sunset. Right? So why ATDD and BDD is perfect here? Problem: fear of breaking customers. ATDD, BDD solves behavior contract. So as we've said that using BDD you can define the feature and the scenarios, and those will be the base contract, and you can automate them to generate the test and your code, and then you can run it and you can check if the code has those those BDD scenarios covered. So legacy unknowns, behavior discovery. So on your legacy unknowns, the behavior discovery map will take care of those. That is also by the ATDD and BDD practices. So migration risk, so executable specs. Yeah, so the executable specs, I'm not sure. I think this is the steps. So I'm not sure yet what that is. Stakeholder misalignment, shared language. Yeah, so the shared language is the Gherkin. That is also by ATDD and BDD. And trust issues is dual run validation. So the dual run validation, we still have to research more on this, because this is one of the practices of ATDD, or not really practice, but an improvement of BDD. Right, so the tool stack, yeah, BDD, Gherkin, automation, Playwright plus Cucumber, API parity, contract, REST contract test. Yeah, I think that is easy. That can be manually coded. Reporting, Allure, I'm not sure what that is. Report, feature flags, launch darkly or unleash. So I'm not sure what that is. Right? So summary, you are not migrating code, you are migrating customer behavior. ATDD, BDD becomes the migration safety net, the communication bridge, and the trust engine. Right? So modernization is not successful when a new system is deployed. It is successful when customers choose to use it. By using ATDD and BDD as a behavior contract, we shift modernization from a risky rewrite to a controlled migration. We stop guessing what the legacy system does and instead make its behavior explicit, testable, and trusted. This approach allows us to protect critical business workflows, prove parity between before release, improve experiences without breaking trust, and move customers progressively, not forcefully. The result is not just a modern platform, but a safe path forward where every release is validated by the same behaviors our customers rely on. If you want if we want modernization without disruption, without regression, and without loss of confidence, then the path is clear. Behavior is the contract, and ATDD is how we enforce it. Alright, see you guys on the next video, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and make me rich. Alright, cool, thanks, bye bye.